Welcome back.
To Marriage Beyond the Veil. Well, today I wanted to talk about stress.
Okay.
So I have all of these. There's another one, but these are stress balls, but they all require me to squeeze differently or harder. And right after my accident, I couldn't squeeze them at all, but I have to keep working on my stress levels or my ability to flex my fingers, my hands by doing this. But you know what? Sometimes I have to get help and I have to go to physical therapy because I still am not able to do what I need to do in terms of managing these stress balls.
Okay.
So when I say that, I'm talking about also in a marriage. There can be stress. And there'll be some stress that's easy to handle and manipulate. But then sometimes stress might be harder.
And you might need help.
Okay. And then sometimes you may need to go and get some additional or ask for help. Because this one is really, so I'm actually having to use two hands, but together.
Okay.
So you get what I'm saying with this. Stress sometimes is something that you can handle by yourself, but sometimes it can be so challenging, it can build up so that you need assistance. You may need assistance from your partner, or you may need outside assistance in terms of going to therapy.
Well, and stress is inevitable in relationships and life. So it's not if you're going to have to deal with stress. It's when and how.
Mm-hmm.
And understanding that, okay, stress is going to be par for the course. So how do you prepare? And where are you in the midst of maybe having too much pride to ask for help in those times when the stress may be really challenging and or overwhelming?
Mm-hmm. And when I first had the accident, this was very overwhelming because this made me cry. Because I could not do this.
Okay.
I mean, I couldn't squeeze anything, and it sent me into a state of sadness, really just like a little depression. But over time...
Did you need a map to get there?
But over time... Over time, I asked my daughter for some stress balls because she has a lot of them, and she said, "Oh, Mom, try these." And just by doing this repeatedly, I began to get the strength back in my hand.
So she could punch me.
Yeah, and I could deal with my stress a little bit better. Maybe not. Just sorry.
Now I have stress.
But anyway. So we're pulling it back together here, but yes.
But yes, stress is inevitable. And so it's not if, it's when, and it's how. How are you dealing with the stress? And with your loved one, your spouse, your significant other,
your children,
are you asking for help when the stress becomes overwhelming or too much for you to deal with? It really, really, really is just wisdom from my perspective to know that do what you can, allow God to do what you can't, but get the help that you need.
Definitely.
Until tomorrow, if the Lord says the same.
Have a good evening.